Hey everybody, Dr. Kevin again here. Welcome to day 16 of our 30 days of spine rehab series, where over the course of 30 days, I'll be showing you how to create a full body, comprehensive back and spine rehabilitation program from complete scratch in what I believe are the safest, simplest, and most effective ways possible. So day 15, we spent a lot of time just working on glute activation, glute openers, and day 16 is going to be just going back to focusing on activating, strengthening the core. Just for context, a lot of my patients are struggling with chronic back pain. They know they need to do some form of core strengthening exercises, but they don't know what core exercises are safe. They don't know which ones are effective, and they don't know how to do so with the proper form or proper technique. So in days 11 and 12, we introduced my two favorite core strengthening exercises for beginners, which is the dead bug and the bird dog. And we're going to be going over those exercises again today. Again, it is my belief that, again, these are very, very common exercises in physical therapy clinics, but a lot of my patients don't really know how to do this exercise with the best form and the best technique, which just leaves a lot of on the table in terms of not getting as much value from the exercise as possible. And in some cases, when done incorrectly, can actually make pain worse. But I promise you, if you do the exercises in the way that I feel is the best form and the best technique, I promise you will feel a ton of stimulation, a ton of activation in your core, in your sides, in just all of the important muscles that I feel are necessary to help you build a solid, healthy foundation for your spine. And again, when done correctly, it feels really fine on the spine. It doesn't put any real pressure or stress on your back at all. And again, you should have peace of mind that these exercises will just get everything done in terms of strengthening your core, really feel the effectiveness of it just after a couple of attempts. And again, it should feel really, really fine and safe on your spine. So let's get right into some bird dog instructions, and then we'll get right into doing some of the dead bugs. So let's get right into it. Okay, well, we're going to start with a set of 5 bird dogs, and we're going to go right into starting with the arm and leg raises. And how it's going to go is we're going to count 5 seconds on the way up. We're going to hold the pose for 5 seconds. We're going to count to 5 on the way down, and we're going to do so 3 times on each arm. Okay, let's start with the right arm and the left leg. So nice and slow on the way up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure that your back is not arching. Make sure your hips are staying level, and make sure your core is tight the entire time. Hold it at the top. 3, 2, 1, and pull the arm and leg back down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We want to make sure that there's no wasted movement with any second we're doing this exercise. Everything stays engaged. Everything stays tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right arm, left leg, hold. Squeeze that glute, tighten those abs. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the arm, pull the leg back down. It says 1. Let's practice it a couple more times on each side. Right arm, left leg. Back stays straight. Squeeze that left glute. Keep those abs tight. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull everything back in, nice and slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg, left arm. One more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On the way up. Let's try to eliminate or limit any movement through your back. If you start to feel your back moving, just slow it down even more. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Pull everything back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one more time on the right arm, left leg. Up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slower the better. Just pay attention to your back. Keep those core tight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull everything back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one, left arm, right leg. Nice and slow. On the way up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Another 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. So even after just 3 repetitions on each side, it's going really slow, really controlled. You can actually probably see I'm breathing quite heavily. It's actually quite challenging and quite difficult. Feel a lot of just activation through my core. Body was shaking and quivering a little bit. And those are the types of things that you should expect to feel when doing this exercise correctly. If you start to feel your back arching, if you start to feel stiffness in your back, just be sure you just slow it down a little bit. Make sure you're keeping those abdominal muscles engaged, because that's what's going to ensure that your back isn't going through any unhealthy movements or on any healthy stresses are being applied to it. So that's it for the bird dog. I would recommend starting at least 3 repetitions on each side. If you feel confident up to the task, then you can definitely work up to 5 repetitions as well. So let's get right into the dead bug exercise. And again, this one is my personal favorite exercise for core strengthening. All right, so let's get right into the dead bug. This is my personal favorite core strengthening exercise. I think that this is one of the most impactful, one of the most challenging and difficult exercises to actually do. But again, when done correctly, it's very safe and very easy on the back as well. So let's get right into it. So we're going to, the format for this is we're going to have you start with your knees up in the air and your arms up in the air. Your knees should be at a 90-degree angle, so should your hips, and your arms should also be at a 90-degree angle. And the key as to what makes this exercise really work is to make sure that your back is staying completely flushed flat on the mat or on the floor the entire time. If you start to feel your back lifting, if you start to feel your back arching, then you're not going to really feel the effectiveness through your core or in the important parts of your body, and it's not going to really do much. But if you keep your back flush, if you keep your abdominals engaged, I promise you'll really feel a ton of activation through here, and it's going to really help bring a lot of, again, activation and strengthening to the muscles in the front here. So how it's going to work is we're going to go arm, arm, leg, leg, opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite arm, opposite leg. But obviously, for the sake of the exercise, we're going to go way slower. So I'm just going to have you count to 3 on the way down and on the way up for each arm and each limb. So let's have you flatten your knees up, arms up, flatten your spine into the floor. Right arm back, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. Pull it back up. 3, 2, 1. Making sure that the back stays flat, the core stays tight. Left arm, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. Arm back up. 3, 2, 1. Right leg, slowly. 1, 2, 3. Pause and pull. 1, 2, 3. Left leg. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Up. Right arm, left leg. 1, 2, 3. Pause and hold. And up. 3, 2, 1. Left arm, right leg. 1, 2, 3. Pause and pull. 3, 2, 1. And back up. And rest. So this is the first time you're doing this exercise. You might feel on the verge of your abdominal muscles really tiring. Might be pretty hard for you to hold the form or hold the technique. So if that's the case, just take a minute or so just to kind of catch your breath, let your body recover, and we're going to do just one more set after that. But if you feel like you've already had enough after the first round, then that's okay. You can stop there, but try to do one more set a little bit later. But I'm just going to demonstrate the exercise just one more time. So again, arms up, knees up. Really important to emphasize when you're bringing your arm or you're bringing your leg back, really focus and concentrating on limiting any movement through the arms and leg that are not moving. So if my right leg's going out, make sure your left leg and arms are staying completely still the entire time. Okay, so let's do right arm again. Back, 1, 2, 3, and pull up slow. 3, 2, 1. Just make sure that core stays tight and that back stays flush on the floor the entire time. Left arm, 3, 2, 1, and pull up. 1, 2, 3. Right leg. 1, 2, 3. Hold. Pull up. 3, 2, 1. Legs are definitely harder than the arms. Left leg. 1, 2, 3. Pause. 1, 2, 3, up. Right arm, left leg. 1, 2, 3, pause. 3, 2, 1, up. Last one. 1, 2, 3, down. Pause and up. 3, 2, 1. Whew. That's it. So that's a routine that you can definitely try for dead bug. Again, almost all my patients that when we teach them this exercise, they're just really shocked and surprised about how much level of engagement and just activation they feel in their core. But if I promise, if you keep that back flat, if you keep those muscles tight, you should feel almost no pressure or strain on your lower back. But feel your back arching, you feel your form is just breaking, then again, it's not important about how far your arms and leg go. So just limit the amount of movement that you are going through and just kind of stay within your limits as to what feels comfortable for you. Again, most important part is make sure that back stays flush, those muscles stay engaged and tight. And I promise, if done correctly, you'll really feel these muscles starting to work. And over the course of a couple of weeks, this exercise will really start to help you build a ton of strength, stability, and endurance in these muscles, which should help your back feel much better over time. So that's it for today. Hope that it helped, and I hope to see you again next time. So have a wonderful day and take care.